Hello everyone, welcome to BTech 360. In today's video, we are going to talk about the 6th oldest engineering college of India, which is located on the bank of the river Ganga. Yes, you got me right. We are going to talk about NIT Patna, where a century of history meets modern technology. NIT Patna was initially known as Bihar School of Engineering and was actually established in the year 1886 and got the recognition of an NIT in the year 2004. This campus offers different academic programs for undergraduates, postgraduates and doctorates in the terms of engineering and architecture. If I talk about the NIRF ranking of NIT Patna, for the current NIRF ranking, if we discuss 2025, the current NIRF ranking 2025 of NIT Patna in terms of engineering is 53 and in terms of architecture, it is 13. If I compare it with the last year data, that is 2024 NIRF ranking, in the terms of engineering, it was 55 and in terms of architecture, it was 27. So in this video, we'll be discussing about NIT Patna, its placement statistics, its salary data, the recruiters who have visited NIT Patna in the last few years, and the job role-wise performance of NIT Patna. But before I begin the video, please do follow and support our work so that we can keep making such informative and innovative videos for you. Okay, now let us decode the campus life of NIT Patna. If I talk about the campus life of NIT Patna, as already discussed, was established in the year 1886 but got the tag or recognition of an NIT in the year 2004. It is considered as an institute of national importance. Any institute which qualifies to be an institute of national importance is marked or is considered appreciable for delivering highly skilled professionals to the country for the upliftment of education and development in the country. Next, if I talk about the campus size, it is 36 acres and the total number of students in this campus is 2,890. Now, if I consider the student density in the campus, it is quite high. Such a large number of students and such a small area of the campus, due to which the campus decided to build a new institute just 25 kilometers away from the old institute at the heart of Patna city. This new institute was inaugurated in October 2025 and is currently hosting academic classes for electronics and communication engineering as well as computer science engineering. This is a well-adapted strategy in order to reduce the student density. Next, if I talk about the total number of male students, it is 80.28%, and if I talk about the total number of female students, it is 19.72%. If I talk about the students who are from outside the state, it is 39.93%, that is 40% roughly. And if I talk about the students who are from within the state, it is 60% roughly, that is 59.48%. Next, if I talk about the students who are from outside the country, it is very low, that is 17, roughly 0.59%, and the total faculty count is 173. If I compare the number of faculty with the number of students, that is 2,890 students, I get to see that for every 17 student, there is one faculty available to manage and handle its doubts and academics, which is considered as an average ratio. It could have been better if more number of faculties are employed over this service. So this was about the campus life of NIT Patna. Let us discuss further about the placement statistics as per the NIRF data. Okay, we'll be comparing 3 years, 2021 to 22, 2022 to 23, and 2023 to 24. Okay, if I see the number of students who have been admitted in those respective years, it is 550 for the first year, 631 for the second year, and 757 for the third year. The total number of admissions in each year has consistently increased, which makes me conclude that the quality of education in NIT Patna cannot be questioned. If I talk about the number of graduated students, it was 550 in the first year, 626 in the second year, and 738 in the next year. Obviously, again, this proves that the quality of education is quite fine in NIT Patna. If I talk about the number of placements, it was 512 in the first year, 601 in the second year, and slightly dropped to 591 in the last year. Okay. If I talk about the students who opted for higher studies, it was 32 in the first year, gradually dropped to 17 in the last year, and increased again drastically to 51 in the last year. Now, why is this increase so sharp? Obviously, because the placements have dropped, students, in order to opt for a better quality of life chose higher studies or gave priority to higher studies than choosing a low wage job. Okay. If I talk about the placement percentages in the respective years, it was 98.84 for 21 to 22. It was 98.69 for 22 to 23 and 86.03 in the last year. You can see a sharp decline in the placement percentage in the last year, maybe due to the slowdown or retardation in the global hiring market, and obviously higher number of students choosing for higher studies. Next, if I talk about the median CTC, the performance has been poor. If you see, the momentum has broken down in the last year. It was 10 LPA in the first year, 9.88 LPA in the second year, and finally dropped to 7 LPA in the last year, which is a poor performance according to me. Now we'll be discussing about the NIT Patna highlights as per the year 23-24. If I see the data, the maximum CTC which was offered in the year 23-24 was 41.37 LPA. The minimum CTC which was offered in this year was 5 LPA, and the average CTC for this year was 9.9. How is the average CTC calculated? The average CTC is calculated by adding the number of CTCs, by adding the values of the number of CTCs, dividing by the total number of CTCs offered. Next, we'll be discussing about the NIT Patna highest closing rank. Remember, this ranking system or this ranking table has been provided for the outside home state students, keeping the gender male and no disability for the outside home state students, and this has been provided for different streams and different categories, that is the open category, EWS category, that is the economically weaker section category, OBC non-creamy layer category, SC category and ST category. Okay, starting with BTech Computer Science and Engineering, the open rank is 14,996. For the case of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, it is 16,537. For Electronics and Communication Engineering, it is 20,558. And for Electronics Engineering, VLSI Design and Technology, it is 22,770. The respective rankings for the different categories have been mentioned in the table. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this for your future reference. Next, if I discuss about the highest closing ranking for the other streams, at first we have BTech Mechatronics and Automation and Engineering. The closing rank for this is 25,887. For the open category, BTech Electrical Engineering, it is 27,921 for the open category. BTech Mechanical Engineering, it is 37,407 for the open category, and again for Civil Engineering, it is 48,513 for the open category. Let me remind you again that this is an filtered data. For any unfiltered data or for the entire data, you can visit our website and go through our ebooks. You can take a screenshot of this for your future reference. Next, we'll be discussing about the top recruiters who have visited NIT Patna in the last few years. And if I see the list is not very lengthy. A few companies have only visited NIT Patna in the last few years. And if I see, there is a clear dominance of global tech giants like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, Adobe, Apple, Oracle. Next, we also have IBM, etc. So you can clearly see the giant or the strong dominance of the global tech giants in this list. You can also see core engineering companies like Tata Steel or Tata Motors, Bosch, Qualcomm, Samsung, Atlassian, etc. Okay. So you can also see certain consulting and finance companies, like you can clearly see Bloomberg over here, Salesforce over here, Morgan Stanley and Deloitte over here. Sath hi sath, you can also see PwC over here. So there is a strong dominance of the global tech giants. And next, you can also see few finance and consulting companies as well as core engineering companies in the list. This means that all the branches, mechanical engineering, civil engineering, electrical engineering, as well as computer science engineering will be benefited, especially computer science engineering. There can be cases that the core engineering departments need to be dependent on IT for their survival. Next, if I talk about the LinkedIn profiles of the NIT Patna alumni, the total LinkedIn profiles that we could spot was 14,423. Obviously, the number is large because It is the 6th oldest institute of our country, engineering institute of our country. If I compare the work profile of the alumni, I can see clearly that at Microsoft, the total number of alumni which have worked is 166, and currently 60 alumni are working over there. If I talk for Deloitte, 110 employees or alumni have worked over there, and currently 57 alumni are working there. If I talk about EY, 42 alumni have worked over there, and currently 13 are working there. And if I talk about Qualcomm, 67 alumni have worked over there, and currently 37 are working there. One thing interesting about the alumni of NIT Patna is that the retention percentage is very good. If you can clearly see, 60 out of 166, 57 out of 110, and 37 out of 67. Roughly or nearly 50% or a slightly above 50% retention percent, which is a very good retention percent. Okay. If I compare the LinkedIn profiles of the alumni of the other companies, I can clearly see that at Meta, 12 alumni have worked in total, and 5 are currently working over there. This is also roughly 50% retention percentage. For Apple, the data is same. 12 alumni have worked over there, and currently 5 are working over there. Again, roughly 50%. For Amazon, 390 alumni have worked over there, and currently 154 are working there. For Netflix, 3 have already worked over there, and 1 is currently working there. And for Google, 181 alumni have worked over there, and currently 42 are working there. Again, we can clearly see that the average retention percentage is roughly around 40% or 41%, which is nearly a good retention percentage. This clearly means that NIT Patna alumni are very loyal to the companies in which they join. Next, if I talk about the demographic breakdowns of the locations of the alumni, I can clearly see that 13,924, that is 97% of the alumni are currently located in India, out of which 9% are in Karnataka and 5% are in Delhi NCR. If I talk about the alumni, 3% alumni went global, out of which 2% of the alumni are located in the United States. They are working and settled over there. So this was the entire data and information about NIT Patna, its campus life, its placement percentage, the recruiters who have visited NIT Patna in the past few years, and its job role-wise performance. At last, if you like this video, do subscribe to BTech 360 so that we can keep ranking colleges, so that we can keep making such engaging, essential and informative content for you, so that your admission processes and your education policies, education processes can be very smooth and fine. Thank you and have a nice day.